Good morning, everybody. Good to see you guys. Sorry, bear with me. Don't feel that great this morning, so we're going to be chugging through this. Sorry for being a little late. Let's see. Leo Lusting, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Who else is in the chat? Miss Pocket Change is up early. Good to see you. Mr. Boinker. We have Chadwick's Racing. Good to see you, buddy. DJ Mines. Decapitalist. Henry J. What's up, man? Let's see. Who else? Geek of All Trades, my man. All Set Miner, Kyle Rosa, Automatic Beats. Dude, you guys are awesome. Appreciate you all. All right, let's see how today is looking. Over here on Crypto Bubbles, it's pretty rough. Caspa's up 23% for the week. Interesting. All right, let's look at the whole market. Everything's red today. 29,000 Bitcoin. At least it's above 28. That's nice. Ethereum 1885. Let's see. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. No, that was 2 days ago, little stanky. I wore a different hoodie yesterday. Just saying. Someone doesn't pay attention in class. God damn it. Oh, let's see. Why is it really? All right. Ready, guys? Ready? Hold on. I'll show you guys something. Ready? Look at this. This is yesterday right here. You guys ready for this? Ready for the shocking news of the different hoodie? There it is. You bastards. Y'all suck. You know that? All right. Anyways, let's get into some news today. Oh god, dark mode, please. My eyes hurt. They're burning. Yeah, he wore a black hoodie with the t-shirt over it yesterday. I did. I hid my Raven coin because Rondi hates that sweatshirt, so I did it for him. All right, let's see. So we got some news with let's see, BitGet. That's an exchange. I've never used it, but they pledge it. It says BitGet pledges $10 million for Fetch AI ecosystem amid the Chat GPT boom. So actually, you know what? I'm gonna put a poll in the chat quick. I want to know if you guys are into AI coins. I know Mr. DJ Mines is gonna be pretty big on it, but I don't know if you guys own any. Do you own any AI tokens or coin? I'm just gonna say crypto. How's that? Yes or no? That's all I want to know. Oh, damn it! I hit add option. There we go. All right. It says the move comes amid a surge in popularity for artificial intelligence tools such as ChatGPT. Again, this is over on Cointelegraph. I'll leave a link to their website down in the description below. It says Fetch AI proves the infrastructure to build autonomous services. Its core product is the artificial intelligence AI agent network, a decentralized network of autonomous agents that can perform various tasks such as data analysis and complex financial modeling. The project also offers a smart wallet featuring automation and integration with OpenAI's Chat GPT AI. I don't know how I feel about that, actually, now that I'm reading that. Does that scare anybody though? Actually, the smart wallet featuring, I don't know. I feel like they're just going to steal our Bitcoin at some point. The artificial intelligence chatbot surpasses 100 million users in January 2023, just months after launch. Commenting on the pledge, BitGet cited the recent AI hype generated by ChatGPT, which raises more possibilities of this technology in improving human productivity and creativity. Regarding the nature of the partnership with the Fetch AI, BitGet said it would be providing consultations on marketing and other services to help the AI infrastructure provider expand its business partnerships. Interesting. According to CoinGecko, BitGet is currently the world's 8th largest crypto spot exchange with a daily transaction volume of 990 million. The exchange, based in Seychelles, I said, services over 8 million users in more than 100 countries and regions. Does anybody use BitGet actually? Anybody here in the chat? Just put a 1 in the chat if you actually use it. Interested to know. Good morning, Black Hat Crypto. Duke Nukem, what's up, man? Mr. Yankee, let's see. AI should be a concern for everyone, says Mr. Chadwick's Racing. Yeah, AI is kind of it's one of those things, like it could be really good and it could be really bad, I'm assuming, right? So again, whatever, to each his own. Anyways, moving on to other news. We have Binance CEO denies 28 billion wealth. He says, I don't have anywhere near as much. So Mr. CZ right here isn't as rich as everyone thinks, but I guess, like, I don't know, according to Bloomberg's rich list, right, it says Binance CEO CZ, more or less, is supposed to be ranked in the top 3 finance billionaires worldwide. So he's denying that he doesn't have that much money, which is, it's probably true. He doesn't have that much money in his bank. It's just all, you know, assets, right? I don't know. Some of these numbers, they fudge them, right? So as a business owner myself, like previously with my plumbing company, you'd be able to go online and see like how much companies, it said like how much they had or whatever, and none of it was ever true. Like it just made up whatever it wanted to on Google. So you can only believe so much that these reports say, to be honest. Let's see. CZ, the CEO of a major cryptocurrency exchange, Binance, claims to hold a way less net worth than the reported by some mainstream media. Binance CEO took to Twitter on April 27th to tell its followers that Bloomberg's latest finance rich list has some inaccurate information regarding his wealth. Also, I mean, I would be saying that, like, do you think he's just denying that much money so he doesn't have to get slammed with taxes and stuff? What do you guys think? Do you think it's just kind of one of those things that, you know what I mean? I don't know, kind of weird. According to Bloomberg's rich list, CZ ranks among the top 3 finance billionaires of the world, holding a net worth estimated at 28.2 billion. That's insane. He says right here in quotations, numbers all wrong. I don't have anywhere near as much. Don't know why they do this, CZ wrote. He also stated his tweet with 4, apparently implying that his wealth should be somewhere between Dan Gilbert's 19.4 billion and Uday Kotak's 13 billion. That's still a shit ton of money. I don't care. I don't care either way. That's still a buttload of money. I don't know. That's weird. All right. Anyways, let's see what else we got today. What else do we got here on Coin Telegraph? Oh, did you guys see this actually? This right here was kind of interesting, right? This was posted an hour ago. It says, what security? ? Bitcoin enthusiast cracks known 12-word seed phrase in minutes. Which is, I don't know. What do you guys think about this, right? Do you think that this seed phrase, right? Somebody had like a, what was it, like a game, I guess? Is that what you call it? I don't know. Let me scroll down, right? It says, a system architect cracked the seed phrase and won 100,000 Satoshis bounty, right? Or 0.001 Bitcoin worth $29, right? Nothing crazy. It just said it in just under a half an hour, more or less, he cracked this code, right? Cointelegraph spoke to Andrew Fraser in Boston, who underscored how critical it is to keep a Bitcoin wallet seed phrase secure and offline. That's why we should have ledgers, people. A seed phrase or recovery phrase is a string of random words generated when a wallet is created that can access the wallet, similar to a master key, if you guys didn't know that. Fraser brute forced a 12-word seed phrase that Bitcoin educator Wicked Bitcoin shared on Twitter. So apparently this was put out on Twitter. Did anybody see this? It said, anybody or anyone want to try to brute force this 12-word seed phrase, securing 100,000 sats? I'll give you all 12 words. Oh, sorry. It should say all the 12 words, but in no particular order. And then, yeah, more or less right here. This is them. This is the 12 words, and some guy cracked it. Now, I'm sure there's quite a bit of options here when it comes to like randomization of those 12 words. I don't know the exact. Isn't like, I don't know. It's like 40 something thousand if I'm not mistaken, but it could be more. I have no idea. Anyways, How hard do you think that is to do with AI? Like, how fast can it actually throw around 12 words and find the seed phrase to get into this wallet? I mean, clearly within however many seconds or whatever, 23 minutes, whatever the hell that guy cracked it in. It's crazy. Let me see. Keep an eye on your dog. Might need to take it to the veterinarian, said Peter. Why are you saying that? Whose dog? What happened? DJ. Is it your dog? Not your dog, right? Oh God, just found a tick on my, yeah, a massive tick on my dog. Oh dude, you'll be all right though. I got you. That stinks. DJ has a little Doberman, if I'm not mistaken, right? All right, let's see what else do we have over here. I got Brave Browser, if you're wondering, Mr. Geek of all trades. Let's see what Altcoin Daily has to say today. I'm tired of reading and I honestly don't feel that great. So if you guys have any questions, please tag me in the chat. We're going to continue this this video here, or start this video here rather, and see what Mr. Altcoin Daily has to say.
This morning, new concerns from the financial world. First Republic, a well-known regional bank, saw its stock drop nearly 50% yesterday after announcing a recent $100 billion drop in deposits. Now, this despite the billions it received from the nation's largest banks during last month's banking turmoil.
So another U.S. regional bank is having big trouble as First Republic Bank dives another 20% with Bitcoin ready for 40K. And
real quick, yes, Crypto Pope, absolutely. He said, if my math is correct, 100,000 sats, $28, such a waste of time. Yeah, 100%. I think they said it was 29 bucks the time he cracked it. And also in the chat, I broke the poll. It said, do you own any AI crypto? 76% of you said no, and 23% said yes. Interesting.
why is this happening? Well, we just got the data of a huge depositor exodus from the bank in March. And with this being the chart for First Republic Bank for the month, let's put into perspective just how big this depositor exodus is.
$100 billion sounds like a whole lot of money. Just put it in perspective for us.
Yeah, well, it was about 40% of their overall deposits. So a lot of clients are taking money out of the bank. And as you mentioned, Hoda, it's despite the fact that 11 of the largest banks put in $30 billion when a lot of the banking issues were cropping up about 6 weeks ago, when you recall Silicon Valley Bank and also Signature Bank ultimately went under. Now, First Republic, they haven't gone under. There's no talk about that happening right now. But when you see that 40% of the money was going out the door, you're wondering if we really are out of the woods after the banking issues about 6 weeks ago.
And to offer even more perspective, well, months ago, this was seemingly a multi-bank problem. Signature, Silvergate, Silicon Valley Bank. Today, it does just seem to be First Republic losing the deposits. Other regional bank stocks were up, reinforcing First Republic's predicament. They included PacWest, which did say Tuesday that it gained back some deposits in April after, yes, losing billions during the first quarter. Now looking at the chart of Bitcoin, how Bitcoin is reacting to this banking problem. The lesson: banks go down, BTC goes up. And if you're wondering why, let me just be real with you today. The mainstream will tell you that all these banks are insured, FDIC insurance, up to $250,000 per person.
Reminding all Americans.
That's kind of weird, right? So yeah, I'm gonna let him finish talking about that, but $250,000 per person. If you're like a millionaire and you have millions of dollars in the bank and they're only gonna give you $250,000 back if anything ever happened, would you keep your money in the bank? Like, let's be real. I wouldn't. I mean, that's just, that sucks 100% of the time. That's awful.
It's $250,000 per depositor. That's how much you're insured up
That
to.
was what I was going to
bullshit.
ask you. People should not be panicking about this if they have their money there.
Wait, what? Yeah, if like you're an average person, but if you're like somebody that has millions of dollars, you're effed. That's so stupid.
That's right. And again, you have up to $250,000 in insured deposits.
Yeah.
Even if the bank that you have that money at fails, you will get that money back.
Okay.
And this is true.
Crazy.
People will be fine, but to me, not for the reasons that they say. Yes, there's FDIC insurance, but the dirty little secret is there's not enough for all banks. Keeping track. FDIC Deposit Insurance Fund right now is about $128.2 billion. Of course, minus what they spend on Signature, that's around $2.5 billion, minus the Silicon Valley Bank costs, that's minus another $20 billion. So right now, today, again, using their public numbers, the FDIC insurance balance is about $105.7 billion versus the total insured deposits, 10.1 trillion, and total U.S. commercial bank deposits, 17.5 trillion.
All the banks
Holy
are
shit.
broke. They're broke because we have a system called fractional reserve banking. Banks can lend money that they don't actually have. It's a criminal scandal, and it's been going on for too long.
There is not
It's messed up, to be honest, actually. If you really look into that, it's super messed up.
enough money, and that's okay. And let me explain. I'm not trying to cause a panic here. I'm just trying to keep it real with you. This is one of the explanations on why Bitcoin is going up. Because the Fed has showed us time and time again, if they need to, whenever they need to, they will start back the money printer. As soon as Silicon Bank failed, they immediately started quantitative easing again. So yes, the US government will save you, but what they don't tell you is if they have to, it will be at the expense of your purchasing power.
Question becomes, how many times can the FDIC do that? At what point is the FDIC broke?
The FDIC is backed by the full faith and credit of the United States government. So if we need to, we try not to and don't want to, but if we need to, we can borrow from Treasury to make up for any shortfall.
So the FDIC never goes broke?
We don't go broke. No, we are the government. We're backed by the full faith and credit of the United States government.
And again, not to beat you over the head with this, but I loved this perspective from Peter Schiff.
And the cost of living in the United States is going to double, it's going to triple, it's going to quadruple, and it's going to impoverish the vast majority of Americans. And they need to know the reason they're going to be so poor is because of the government. It's not because of the free market, because we don't have one. It's because of this big government. And Powell copped out when somebody asked him, would you need some help from fiscal policy? And he says, well, we don't want to give any fiscal policy advice. That's BS. He should be giving advice. When he knows the government is creating inflation by running these huge deficits, it's up to Powell to tell the government to stop doing that, to cut government spending. But he refuses to stand up for the American public. He doesn't really want to do his job.
Be sure to click subscribe for daily updates keeping you informed about crypto. And I guess my final warning to Bitcoin holders is just to expect volatility. The only question remaining about First Republic Bank is whether or not they make it to Friday, when banks usually are closed by the FDIC.
What I can tell you right now is the next few days for First Republic are going to be crucial, given the loss of deposits. And by the way, the fact that they did not include the $30 billion coming in their overall, so they did lose $100 billion, not $70 billion in deposits.
And I'm glad you said that.
A lot of people can read through that, and then they wonder, well, why aren't you being fully transparent with us? And that actually raises more questions than it answers. But let me tell you what, at least as my understanding, is going on right now in terms of First Republic. There have been efforts made over the last few weeks. There continue to be many conversations, is my understanding, both White House and Treasury and Fed, in terms of what should happen here. What plan is there to potentially do what they would call an open bank scenario? In other words, a way to rescue the bank without it going into FDI receivership. That remains unclear. Right. One key plan would be to create some sort of special purpose vehicle where you get these same banks that were part of the consortium that put the deposits in, remember, roughly a month or so ago, that $30 billion, and you would get them to buy many of the bad loans on, or the underwater loans on First Republic's balance sheet above where they'd be marked. So you'd be paying a premium for them, perhaps below where they were made, but above where they'd be marked. And then the bank is able to go out and raise new equity. And I'm told it could do that were it to do the first part of that. And then maybe it is in a position to become a profitable bank again. Remember, right now, given what it's paying for its deposit base as it currently stands, and given where its loan portfolio is, it's in no position to do much of anything.
Hit the like button if you want to.
Crazy. And then he just talks. Oh, no, actually, he does continue here. Hold on.
Today's video, and just understand, as we're starting to see cracks in the traditional system, more and more people are waking up to Bitcoin. And by the way, innovation is not stopping. Circle, the company behind stablecoin USDC, launches cross-chain USDC transfer protocol for Ethereum Avalanche. The new protocol burns coins on the sending chain and mints new ones on the receiving chain. So obviously a huge announcement for this space. Circle has launched a mainnet protocol that lets users transfer USDC between Ethereum and Avalanche. Previously, Avalanche users who held USDC on Ethereum had to deposit their coins within a Circle partner or use a third-party bridge to transfer their USDC coins from one network to the other. The new cross-chain transfer protocol, CCTP, appears to do away with this need for USDC bridges. Anybody that's going to be at Bitcoin Miami, the conference.
Are you guys going to this Bitcoin Miami conference? Let me know in the chat. Interesting. I had a couple people actually ask if I was going. I said no, because it's kind of, I think it's stupid expensive. I'm not really sure exactly, but I think DJ went 1 year and it was pretty expensive. But I guess the Altcoin Daily guys are going to be there. As you can see, there's who else is here? Who is this? I don't know who these two ladies are or this guy. And this is isn't this the guy from, who is that actually? Is that the guy from BitBoy? No, I don't know who that is either. Chris? Interesting. I don't know who that is. You guys know? $4. Patrick Murphy. $4? Is it $4? Get out of here. Can you imagine if it was $4? It'd be terrible. But yeah, definitely not going down to Miami just for that. I'll see enough of it online. So we'll cover that as best we can. All right, let's get over to CoinDesk. I want to see what they had to say about judge rules in favor of Yuga Labs over Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT copycats. So I'm not an NFT guy. Never been big on NFTs. I don't know if you guys are. Let me know in the chat. I'll put a poll in there in a second, but I want to see what the news was with this, and then we're going to continue to, they like cut this short, and there's another like segment to this as well that Crypto Wendio actually speaks on. So shout out to her. I'll leave a link to her channel in the description below as well. All right, go check out CoinDesk. Let's do it.
All right, a federal court in California has found that Bored Ape Yacht Club ripoff NFTs violated Yuga Labs copyright. So Ryder Ripps and Jeremy Cohen are the
Why does that sound terrible?
two people behind the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs, which feature primates that are posing.
I don't know if we can listen to that. That's horrible. Does that bother you guys? I'm sorry about that feedback. I think it's one of the guys that are there.
Similar to the Bored Ape Yacht Club primates, and they also use similar marketing materials. The two say their collection is satire and contains Easter eggs that speak to numerous stories surrounding the collection. Wendy, I'm going to pass this one off to you. What do you make of this win for Yuga Labs?
Okay, so I'm very excited that Yuga Labs did win. I'm going to keep this as...
I thought this was a green screen. He's legit in this place. That's hysterical. So that's the feedback was. Sorry, guys.
Calm as possible, because I was actually in a space when a lot of this stuff was happening, and I kind of went off on these people about their reason why they were doing this, and it was just kind of an embarrassment to a lot of different things. But I'm glad that they won. I think that some of the things that we do see happen on crypto Twitter or NFT Twitter, and just like a lot of the discourse we have, a lot of it is clout chasing, and we saw a lot on crypto Twitter happen over the weekend. I think it's just kind of silly at this point, and I'm glad that that Yuga Labs did stand up, did take them to court. I'm not a really big advocate for like tattling and doing those types of things, but at the same time, if you're running a company and a business and somebody's trying to do things that are ridiculous and kind of slander you, there is like kind of a fine line with that. So I think that this is an important win for the future moving forward, especially into the NFT space, because these profile pictures are supposed to be the 10,000 generative collections and others that are similar. They're supposed to give the holders different types of opportunities and rights, like the IP rights and the licensing, to where they can actually monetize that. And that's kind of why we decide to invest in some of these projects. So I'm glad that they won.
All right, I'm going to play devil's advocate on this one. This one is definitely a loss for like the permissionless nature of the crypto economy, right? This is like so far from code is law, so far from built on these open networks that it's laughable, right? This is about IP ruling in court, and the fact that some of the biggest brands of Web3 are turning to this as their recourse sort of suggests that some of these bigger ideas that animate the crypto space are not at play here. So I'm just going devil's advocate style. I don't know if that's necessarily is bad that this IP is being protected this way, but I think it is really, really far from the original ethos.
We're all
of this
ready
thing.
to fight you, Zach.
Yeah,
everyone wants it.
I'm with Zach.
Zach, it is on me and Jed. It is on site and consensus. It is on.
I'm gonna go harder than both of y'all.
I know Will. I'm tossing to Will. His hand was up first. Will, take it.
Thank you, Zach. A nice little tag team here. Okay, first of all, we have to disclose that Wendy is a bag holder in this situation. So, of course, she's going to side with Team Yuga Labs, which is stamping down on the satirists out there. Satire laws are a thing for a reason. We should protect humor at all costs. You have the ability to make these things. You have the ability to right-click save and print it back on chain. That is okay. The whole point of an NFT is the fact that I have a hash that points back to the original artwork, and that is what's supposed to hold its value, not the law system, not these courts that they go to. And it's just sort of laughable that Yuga Labs goes and slaps someone else out there who's just a creator. You know, they're a creator just like the Yuga Labs people are creators. You just don't like what they're doing. This might be a derivative of your content. It might be making fun of it. You might not like the reasons for it, but you should have the ability to do it, and Yuga Labs shouldn't be going after them. Zach, I don't know. We can't go much harder than that, though, because, you know, we might end up in a lawsuit if we say stuff too much. And, you know, Wendy might even be on the other side of that lawsuit, taking us down.
Yeah, represented by Jen.
Wouldn't that be
Represented
great?
by Jen.
Yeah, Jen and Wendy versus Will and Zach in court, in the hash court. Okay,
We need some lawyers in our corner.
I want to say, Will, you can't be out there tricking people. And if this is satire, show me how it's satire.
Jen,
it's
check
just
the chain.
similar. Yeah, I know. But if they're out there like representing themselves as the Bored Ape Yacht Club and people are spending their hard-earned money on it, what's the recourse we should take? Like, this law exists in the real world. There are trademarks. You wouldn't be saying the same thing if someone went out and made like a fake pair of Nike shoes. And so I just don't think that that argument is warranted here. I think if it was actually satire, then that's great. But I think that there's a stretch here in saying that this collection is satire. And Wendy, before I kick it off to you to just give us the, you know, the like home run in our argument, I want to say that the judge disagreed with Rips and Cohen. So they said that because NFTs are intangible, they aren't protected under the acts that protect and govern trademarks. The judge said that NFTs as virtual goods still qualify as goods under the Lanham Act due to their unique, traceable, and brand associated characteristics. Wendy, take us home.
I'm going to actually leave it with your statement, Jen. You are my legal counsel in this particular situation. I will send you one ape coin to retain you.
All right, they kind of cut her off right here, and she jumps into something else over here about Zimbabwe to introduce gold-backed digital cryptocurrencies, or just a digital currency, they called it. So let's see. Let's continue.
Internet.
Here.
I don't want to go into that, but I want to talk about this story because it is from the Sunday Mail Report. I think it's a good feel-good story. It's a good way that we can segue. So Zimbabwe to introduce gold-backed digital currency. Okay. So the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe plans to introduce a gold.
What do you guys think about this? Actually, do you think that's a good thing? I definitely think it's a good thing. It's kind of interesting how it's going to be gold-backed to me, but overall, I think that's a good step in the right direction.
Gold-backed digital currency as legal tender to help stabilize the local currency, Zim dollar. We know in some of these areas, there's a lot of volatility with their native currencies, and it can be very hard on the people that live there. It's hard to purchase things when number goes up and number goes down, and there's a lot of volatility. We see this in crypto, and we still see this with Bitcoin. Anyways, the tokens will be a form of electronic money. I like that they said electronic money. Interesting. Backed by the country's gold reserves, which will be held by the central bank. Bank wants people holding Zim dollars to be able to exchange their money.
Zim dollars.
To exchange their money for gold-backed tokens to help them hedge against volatility of the local currency. And last year, $1 US was worth about 150 Zim. Now it's worth about 1,000. I'm going to give this over to Mr. Will.
Wow, throwing it over to me. I didn't think you'd do that after I just slandered the last report, apparently. This is an interesting, it's an interesting story, I think, mainly because of Zimbabwe's importance within cryptocurrency and its importance within like the history of inflation. It's pretty common to see sort of like a picture of Zimbabwe's money floating around crypto Twitter. Years ago, they went through an episode of hyperinflation, and that sort of set the tone for a lot of people to be like, hey, this is like still something that happens in history. Like this is still something that occurs for nominal people on the edge of markets. A hyperinflation can't occur. And that's why we need Bitcoin. That's why we need alternative currencies. And the fact that they're still building those things out is impressive. I think this also leads into the CBDC front, right? We're seeing a lot of different countries pushing into that. And it's not just like these G20 or these G7 countries. There's a lot of countries out there that are smaller that are looking into this as well, because it does sort of make sense to be able to control your currency. And oftentimes these smaller countries that are pushed around by the dollar, they're pushed around by bigger currencies, they're actually the ones who are going to be interested in CBDC first and foremost, because they want to have more granular control over their local currency. Jen, I'll throw it over to you.
Yeah, so okay, when I lived in South Africa, I spoke to a lot of people who lived there who are from Zimbabwe, and there's just like this real lack of trust in the government and fiscal policy there, right? And in Zimbabwe, they've kind of gone back and forth between the US dollar and the Zimbabwean dollar. And I believe I read in the Wall Street Journal earlier this year that it's so bad there that even like business owners are creating their own money. They're like writing down currencies on paper that their customers can then use in exchange for goods at a later date.
It's that bad there? They're making their own currency? That's so weird. Magic Lucky in the chat said, if I was a Zimbabwean, the question mark, he said, my question would be, what third party is auditing there is enough gold held in the reserves to back the digital currency? That's a good question. That's a good question, because obviously they're off doing their own thing. Clearly, if they're making their own money with paper and stuff. That's so weird. Anyways,
given all of this information and the history in Zimbabwe, I'm a little bit skeptical about this. Like, should Zimbabweans be putting their trust in the central banks? Like, maybe I'm missing a piece of the story here.
Zimbabweans.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these countries have failed time and time again with central banks. In the U.S., like you'd say that arguably the Fed is probably failing right now, or at least failing at its mandate with inflation being so high. So it's always sort of like a scale, right? How do you see central banks doing their job or not doing their job? And as crypto advocates, as four shills on the show, if you can, for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general, then we say that we're against central banks, so we don't trust them. And that's why the CBDC conversation is so interesting, right? Because it's the intersection of two things. One, we like cryptocurrency, and one, we don't like central banks. And maybe it's some sort of like magic money that really ties everything together and allows consumers to have like a more frictionless payment system, and allows banks and central banks to actually impose economic moves that strengthens the economy. I don't personally agree with that. And I think that you'll see some of these CBDC schemes come out that don't really fulfill what their mandate is supposed to be. They're just going to be a different implementation of the same policies that have time and time again failed. Zach, over to you.
Yeah, just zooming out, I mean, I think, the future of money is very sort of contested right now. And you see all these varying experiments with it, whether it's these gold-backed digital dollars, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's CBDCs that are just fiat digitally. I think the future of money conversation just is really fascinating, right? Money is like such an important part of our daily lives in terms of transacting value, like growing wealth. Like the fact that these questions still persist into this century are really fascinating, right? These are open questions that places like, honestly, Consensus are looking to figure out what's next, right? We have these different competing visions, right? You have CBDCs, you have these, private cryptocurrencies that exist transnationally, and then you have these countries rolling out some digital alternatives. This one a bit different with the gold-backed aspect, but certainly par for the course as it relates to this growing CBDC conversation that we've been seeing going on in China and in other countries around the world. So yeah, it makes me excited to see stories like this, because again, the future of money is very much up in the air, and I think we're seeing various experiments about what might work for countries around the world. Wendy, I saw your hand. I'm going to toss it your way.
I just think that this is a really interesting way to compromise. A lot of people think that it's Bitcoin or nothing, or cryptocurrency or nothing. But at the end of the day, just because we like these particular technologies and we think that they can improve our quality of life, we still have to convince the people in charge. I mean, and I know that crypto is supposed to be decentralized and we're supposed to kind of do what we want to do, but that's not really the way the world works in the type of environment we're in. So it's going to be a very interesting compromise, I feel like, with a lot of different places and their governments to kind of see what happens. So I feel like this may be a step in the right direction, because with anything like with blockchain technology, you can track the gold. You can actually make sure that we have X amount that's backing this currency. So I feel like it might be a little bit more of a transparent way to do so. But again, I still don't like the idea of a CBDC, but at the end of the day, what can we do?
Gotta say, Zach.
Yeah, interesting story.
Go ahead.
Do you like that one? Did you like that one?
I just like the tasteful push for Consensus there. It was good.
Yeah, it's a good one. You made me excited for Consensus.
The vibe here is immaculate. Like I'm just ready to rock.
Are they going to be putting up a wrestling rink for us, or like?
So geez. All right, I'm getting out of there. Well, shout out to CoinDesk. Thanks for them for the news. All right, I don't know. What do you guys feel about that gold-backed digital currency over in Africa, Zimbabwe? I don't know why they made up their own term, Zimbabwean or whatever the hell they said. Why couldn't they just say like African, like over in Africa, just something along those lines? I don't know. Let me know if that triggered somebody in the chat. I forget who it was. I tagged you, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, let's see. All right, Somebody said Dynex is up today. Where are we at? Let me put this down. Find out where we're at. Let's see. Let's go to... Oh, I didn't read the top 10 coins as always. I guess I don't have to now at this point. But let's see. Let's see what the top earners 24 hours. What do we got? Caspa's in third. Look at that. 3.4%. We have BitGet token 7.9%. And Multiverse X 10.9. What is that? Multiverse X. What is that? 45.14? What is this? Does anybody know? Have you guys invested into this or heard about this? I feel like I'm reading a new cryptocurrency like every day. And it's not new. It's just new to me because it's like so friggin' many to wrap your head around. You just can't do it physically. And DNX is down. Interesting. DJ Mines. Who's holding Render? Is it still going up? Let's see. The price of Multiverse. Yeah, I'm not going to read. What is Multiverse X? Formerly Elrond? Oh, is a high throughput blockchain that aims to power the metaverse frontier. Oh, okay, so it's metaverse stuff. Gotcha. Interesting. All right, let's see again. Why? Where's Render? Oh shit, it's right here. God damn it. 2.2%. I want to buy back in DJ, but I don't. I gotta look at the charts. Can you mine it? I have no idea. Probably not. I assume not because it's a metaverse thing. All right, let's see. Chronos is 3.1%, Injective 2.8, Render 2.2 on the day. Crazy. Render's been doing crazy right now. Jump Change still streams during my 6 a.m., 9 a.m. video release. I don't know. I did not know this until now. This ruins YouTube algo. Yes, it does. I did it on purpose. I do it on purpose, Panda. Just saying. No, I usually try to end at 9, but this morning I've been running late, so eat shit. All right, let's see. Render. Let's see. Where can you buy Render? You can actually buy it on Coinbase. Where does it say what it is? Render. Why doesn't it say what it is? So I could just show you guys. Let's see. How to add Render, MetaMask. What is the market sentiment for Render today? The community is bullish. More than 81% of users are feeling good about Render. Well, that's interesting. How do they get that number? Just because like, people buy it? That's interesting. But yeah, you can get it on Coinbase. That was 99% of the reason I purchased Render in the first place, and then got out of it last month or last couple weeks actually. Let's see. So it's actually, yeah, it's doing pretty good, man. 7 days, 14 days. So 14 days ago, that's probably when I sold it, right back here, right around here. And of course, so when I sell, guys buy. It's the moral of the story here. But DJ, goddamn, hopefully it continues to go, man. What was the all-time high here? All-time high was $8 on Render. Over a year ago, was obviously in the bull run, November 21. Interesting. All right. And doo-doo boy. Yeah, it sucks. It was unfortunate, but it is what it is. Panda Steamroll, says Patrick Murphy. Backwards Miner said RXD Radiant. I know what you said. All right, final look at Radiant. I'm not into, I don't know. I know a lot of people are into Radiant, but I don't mind it. Let's see. Let's see. All right, 18.9. What is this? Get out of here. 18.9 is half a penny today. Radiant is half a penny. Interesting. What's it look like the last 14 days, we'll say? I mean, I guess it would be a big deal if this didn't happen. If it wasn't this high and then, you know, took a shit. And it's like almost halfway there. It's about halfway there. Interesting. Well, if anybody's into Radiant, congrats. Let's check one more thing. Hashrate.no. What's the most profitable on GPUs right now? Just with a quick glance, it would be Radiant and Nexa. And what is this? Ironfish. What? The 4090 Ironfish. What in the hell? What in the hell? It's the first time I saw that. Interesting. Oh, 6650 XT. That's such a weird. That sounds so weird. 6650 XT. Sounds so weird. 6700 Ironfish. Man, I'm shocked that Ironfish is still doing okay, I guess. Right? Not scheduled. DJ Mines. What are you saying? you guys are arguing in the chat. God damn it. All right, guys. Go watch Mr. Red Panda's video. He's getting all butthurt in the chat. He didn't have enough nuggies this morning. As always, guys, I apologize. I feel like crap today, so we're going to see what we can do this afternoon. I do have a few meetings that I have to get to, but I will try to be back around 2 o'clock if possible, as long as my kids will go to sleep. And until then, hopefully you guys have a good day at work, and I'll catch you soon. Peace out, fellas. Bye.